Yeah. Um, it takes a lot of courage to be able to, be genuine about, being a drug user or whatever it is, and actually acknowledging that you have a problem, right? Because this is basically how it happens, right? Some of us become functional users, but then here we have these crutches that we need, tools because that's what they are. But then when is it that a tool starts becoming, a problem, right? Because it's easy for me to admit and be honest about all that kind of stuff, right? But it's like you can't even talk to people about it, and then they get a certain way, and then and then it's immature that we can't talk about this kind of topic without the it's like it's always a negative attachment surrounding it without there's never any gray area or positive. You never hear anything positive about it, mainly because of the implications of addiction and how that works. But it's used as a scapegoat for people that don't want to take responsibility for their actions. I don't understand a lot of certain behaviors that come along with it, but I, I, a lot of it was bullshit. Hate to say it, but a lot of it was bullshit. But yeah, so I'm at a point in my life where I kind of had enough of everything. So I'm trying to get away from habits, and it's not easy. And right when you're trying to quit, that's when it starts, getting offered to you for free, and oh, I'll give you like a gram for 20 bucks. That's when I'm like, and that is like a test. It's like, are you gonna give in? Uh, I've already said it many times to myself. I said if it's offered to me for free, I'm not gonna be able to say no. And this is why I want to get out of this city in particular, because it's everywhere, but at least in a city where I don't know anybody, it's not being offered to me, and it's not. It'll be more difficult, and I don't want to be around people that are using, because that's just gonna. Yeah, show me your friends, and I'll show you where you'll be in the future. All right. But yeah, like I don't want any pity or anything from anybody, from a decision that I chose to do. And even if I'm clean for like 4 years, 5 years, I'm not gonna be like, oh, look at me, like I don't know, some not like not trying to knock it. Good on those people that are staying, but it's almost like it's kind of like used as like a look at me, I like I had self control and I didn't take it. I don't know. Like I was taught that these were things that you're supposed to use as to enjoy, like not when it becomes overindulgent and an addiction, then it's not fun anymore. There's nothing to it. And you got to face reality regardless if you're using or not. So anybody who's trying to use it as an escape, they don't know what they're getting themselves into. No, you can't escape. So you're using because you think it's cool, or all those other stupid reasons, then you don't know what you shouldn't have even bought the ticket for the train, to begin with. So yeah, like I just want a proper education, proper talk about this instead of it being so taboo and so, oh, but this and this and I don't know. I'm tired of the unrealness in the conversations about this problem, which is not as, like, look at Portugal. Did you know just look at Portugal and what they did with drugs and how it helped, instead of treating people like, like, yeah, if the person's going out of their way to fuck somebody over to steal, and then yeah, that's a real fucking, but just because somebody's using a substance doesn't mean that they're doing all these negative things that are associated with it. That's all I'm trying to get here, which I don't understand why people don't understand that concept. They seem to think that just, well, look at Reefer Madness, right? That should tell you it all, So how is, like, how the other drugs really that much different? You're showing the worst case scenario, and yeah, it gets bad, man. Like, look at me, like, I'm certainly, like, baggy eyed, and like, it's it wasn't nearly as horrible as it was made out to be. You gotta really push it, and your life already has to be very shitty, and some people, they have nothing to live for, nothing to lose. So yeah, it sucks, it sucks. And yeah, it's roughly takes 24 to 48 hours to recover, depending on how far you've been going. And I typically feel normal after a week. Like, like the brain chemistry and, like, the dopamine, everybody's like, yeah, I go into a depression. Yeah, after like a couple days or something like that. But then your mind, like, it gets the equilibrium in the, homeostasis, and everything goes back to normal, and, like, it's just um yeah, it was over exaggerated, um a lot of lies, but yeah, uh, anybody who wants to talk about this topic, or discuss it further, I will leave my email at the, in the bottom, links and stuff. And if you want to talk, then we'll talk. I actually gotta get some water because I sound like a. Pretty soon I'm gonna need that device that Buddy needs from South Park.